Breaking news. What's up, cuties? Today, we're looking at our favorite league starter for Project Diablo 2 Season 5. In this video, we're going to show you how to easily gear up this character with items you can buy from our favorite cutie pie Charcy, or easily farm in Normal or Nightmare during your playthrough. Something that a lot of people don't consider is how to farm effectively when you're done your playthrough after killing Hell Bale. Many players go back to Nightmare to get some gear before starting to farm Hell content. This isn't a bad idea, it's simply not going to provide you with as much progress as clearing Hell content, provided you can clear it at a reasonable pace. Our goal on each ladder reset is to figure out an effective way to start farming in Hell immediately after we finish doing some Bale runs to get leveled up. The build we're looking at is Fisher Druid. This build can farm Hell Cows effectively, using only gear that you can easily find during your playthrough or shop from the vendors. This is a strong way to build some early currency and get your charm inventory filled with some resists and extra life. Once you start to add some MF to your character, you'll be finding tons of valuable early uniques that you can trade for upgrades to your build. We are playing softcore, so our fear of death is non-existent. Glass cannon, baby! If you're playing hardcore, I would suggest hanging around in Nightmare for a bit to get your resists and your life up. To start with, we're going to look at the playthrough. We suggest that you stick with summons until after you get past Hell Bale. Your ravens are strong in early parts of normal, and as you level, you add wolves into the mix. This build will easily get you through normal and provide DPS while leveling in normal Bale runs. In PD2, your non-raven summons now have melee splash, so wolves are extremely strong. Once you're ready to head into Nightmare, I suggest respecking your skills out of Raven and into Wolves and Heart of the Wolverine. Your Wolves and Heart, paired with a Vigor or Might Mercenary, will be strong while pushing through Nightmare, whether solo or in a group. Keeping the Mercenary alive in certain spots can be difficult, so don't stress too much if you don't have one. After you max Spirit Wolf, you're going to want to put the rest of your points into Heart of the Wolverine. This is not only going to benefit your summons, but also provide your team with extra damage and attack rating. Also, with the new Season 5 update, your Spirit is now invulnerable. This means you'll never have to worry about resummoning it. After you max Heart of the Wolverine, you'll put your points into Direwolf to make them a little bit tankier, do more damage, and provide a damage synergy to your Spirit Wolves. If you continue to play summons after the playthrough, you can max Grizzly and dump points into Raven. If you'd like to have a lower cooldown on Gust, you can also put points into that. Gust is great for repositioning your Zoo when you want to have them focus a target. This build will be safe and effective to push you through Nightmare and Hell. Also provide great synergies for other summoners and physical damage team comps. Once you get Hell Bale killed, the fun begins. After hours of testing, we found that Fisher is one of the strongest early game farming builds. As we said previously, you can get all the gear required to farm Hell Cows effectively in Normal or Early Nightmare, and here's how you do that. You can buy your 2-socket Helm for Lore and 2-socket Armor for Stealth from Charcy, and your 2-socket Staff for Leaf from Akara. If you get really lucky, you can get a Druid Helm with 2 sockets and plus skills to Fisher during the playthrough, and you can make Lore in that for extra DPS. All of the runes needed for these can be found at Normal Countess. The Soul Rune can be found in Act 4 and Act 5 Normal, as well as in Normal Cows, but you'll likely find one along the way. If you pop by the stream when I'm live on Twitch, I often do giveaway games where you can come snag some runes or gear. I bet the first thing that you're going to think when you arrive is, this guy definitely doesn't look how he sounds. Way cuter. You get 3 chances at rare FCR rings after completing the Gidman quest. Also, make sure you're picking up all the blue rings and amulets during your playthrough for a chance at 10 FCR. It's the only stat you need on them to farm cows comfortably. If you head over to Nightmare, you can buy FCR gloves and belts from Geed or Charcy in Act 1, or from Elzix in Act 2. If you've already completed Nightmare, the fastest way to farm this is by putting up a cow portal next to Geed. By doing that, you can go in and out of the cow portal to refresh the shop rather than having to use a waypoint or going out of town. It normally only takes 5 to 10 resets to get a pair of gloves and a belt with FCR. You can also get other useful stats like MF, Resists, Life, and Faster Run Walk. For this build, I also recommend you get boots with at least 30% faster run walk. Until you get a Vigor Merc or faster run walk on other pieces of gear or charms, this is what's going to keep you alive when you run into deadly fast cows. With 10 FCR on the belt and gloves, 20 from your stealth, and 10 on the staff, you're already at 50, which takes you to the 46 breakpoint. At this point, you only need a total of 20 FCR on your rings and amulets to get you to the 63 breakpoint, which is where you want to be while using the Leaf Staff. If you get a 10 FCR ring but don't have an amulet yet, you can craft a caster amulet with a perfect amethyst, Ral Rune, and a jewel. Your best bet is to use an amulet with an eye level as high as possible to give you the best chance to get the best stats. This amulet will give you at least 5 FCR, which will take you over the 63 breakpoint. If you don't get to 63 FCR, don't worry, you can still get into Hell Cows and farm just fine. At this point, you're ready to start killing moo-moos. This is the build that we're playing on League Start, so pop by the stream and come check out our progression. It's just Papa Chris TV on Twitch. You can find it in the description below. Since recording the cow slaughter for this video, Fisher was hit with a bit of a nerf. For the first few days of farming, it's only about a 10% damage nerf, but once you get about 40 points into it, it ends up being a buff. We're going to be optimizing this build over the weekend, and we will have more information for you. Poison Javazon and Darkpack Necro are two other great League starters. But don't think Druid is the only option. Other classes work as well. We may look to do a part 2 to this video if you guys are interested. A few items to look out for that are really going to power spike your build are Hexfire Scimitar, Rising Sun Amulet, Mage Fist Gloves, any skill plus FCR armor like Viper Magi, Q Haggins, or Spirit Shroud, or even making a Wealth in a 3-socket armor using Lemco Tier, which will give you 100 extra MF, some gold find, as well as mana after each kill. Our group will be killing Hellbale within the first 2.5 hours barring any server issues, and I'm going to be pushing pretty hard to get one of the first D-clone kills. One of the lucky people that come by the stream and let us know that they found our Twitch channel because of this YouTube video will win a torch that we farmed, so let us know if you stop by. There are a few other builds that we wanted to showcase, but we simply didn't have the time this week. If we get 420 likes in this video, blaze it, and enough positive feedback in the comments, we may carve out some time to showcase our second favorite build, the Darkpack Necro. This is the first video that we recorded and edited on our own, so it took a lot longer than anticipated. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed a guide like this and if you'd like to see more. I'm sure you guys hear it all the time, but make sure you smash the subscribe button and help us get closer to our goal of 1 billion subscribers. Bye!